From the And the Groove Remains production team studios in the Netherlands, my name is Mixmaster G and welcome to this live stream. My mission is not to sell you as many apps as I can, no, my mission is to educate and teach you about collection management and conversion for DJs, so you save yourself more time for the fun and creative part of being a DJ. This stream was unannounced, but I made it because I developed something new. I basically gave the DJ conversion utility the capability to convert from a DJ collection, that is algorithm DJ to be precise. This was something that some users requested for some time. However, I was always reluctant to do it because there are certain pitfalls with this type of conversion. I will get into that in a moment. And that was the reason why I was reluctant to do it. Another reason was there were not that many DJ users around there. I created the DJ conversion utility because I wanted to convert from Tractor to Algorithms DJ on iOS, which was my backup system, which is what I always carry with me if I want to be sure that that the music keeps playing even if the equipment fails me. So that was why the DJ conversion utility was created. But I never thought about the capability to go from DJ back to Rekordbox and Tractor and Serato and Virtual DJ and everything else. That is possible now. And I'm going to tell and show you how that all works. Hey, DJ Nyron, welcome to the stream, buddy. Like I said, this was totally unannounced, so just drop in, say hi if you like to, and happy holidays, of course, to everybody, because I worked on this conversion during basically the holidays and my birthday. Yay, he is older now. You won't say it, right? So let's get into all that kind of fun and stuff there. I had a great Christmas, DJ Nyron. Thank you very much. I hope you too, and I hope everybody out there. Of course, we are looking forward to next year when the vaccination is there and everybody can party like they are used to. Though I can tell from the sales of my apps that in some areas of the world the party is already starting, because especially Australia, etc. are picking up right now. Hey buddy, welcome to the stream and happy holidays to Mr. Groeneweg. This was unannounced, folks, so again, I hope everybody pops in, say hi, because that is what this stream is all about. Let me get to the other screen. There we are. Yay! And first of all, let me show you what is going to happen. I made a basic DJ collection, and mind you, this is the new Algorithms DJ AI. This conversion will work from either a DJ conversion, or it will work for a DJ AI conversion or a DJ Pro 2 conversion. You can see there is some stuff right here in my collection. This is all in iTunes, and I can tell that because we've got this red thingy there. But above there is this thingy, and usually I don't play there because there's nothing much I can do there. But that is the native DJ collection, and you can see there is a music thing there as well, and there is a Taylor Swift track in it, and there is a test playlist with the Taylor Swift track. Also important, you see this thing here, the clock next to the playlist symbol is the history playlists. And those are the things I am interested in, because those history playlists hold the information about tracks you loaded in the track. And the whole idea about converting from a DJ collection is that you are on a train, on a plane, on the road, and you have your iOS device with you, and you want to set some cues and loops. You can do that on your iOS device and then convert that all back to your main collection, to the Rekordbox collection you work there, the Serato collection, whatever you are working with usually. So that's the idea behind this conversion type. I want to be capable to convert on the road and convert it back to my original collection. However, there is one very important thing you have to keep in mind, and that is that this will only work with real audio files. This doesn't work with streaming data. Most important reason for that is there is no mechanism in place to import streaming metadata into Rekordbox. The Rekordbox XML, which is used to import data inside Rekordbox and which is the base or the core for all my conversions, only supports real audio files and no streaming files. So I cannot make that, even if I know where the data is stored inside DJ in this instance. I cannot convert it. So that's very important to keep in mind. It needs to be real audio files. And then there is a second thing which you can think of. Basically, if you have your audio files on your iOS device, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have your audio files on your Apple Macintosh, on your macOS. In order to fix that, I gave this conversion the capability to look up a track inside iTunes, which means even if that track is streamed, even if that track is only on your iOS device, if you have exactly that same track in your iTunes or music library, and I use the phrase iTunes to avoid confusion, but the DJ conversion utility will work with either iTunes or the music app transparently, so it doesn't matter. I just name it iTunes for the sake of simplicity, because otherwise I have to keep saying iTunes and music all the time, and of course that is a lot of work and not a real nice sentence to hear. So I use iTunes, but it also works with the music app. And back to the subject, so if the DJ conversion utility finds a track in either the history or the playlists you selected for conversion, and that particular track doesn't have an audio file attached to it in DJ, the DJ conversion utility will try to find that track in iTunes, and it uses the artist, the title and the track length as search parameters. So that means if a track is in DJ, make sure it is also in your iTunes collection, otherwise it cannot be converted. Sounds complicated, but it really is pretty straightforward. So for instance, we've got the Pompeii a cappella track here, and you can see I just gave it some random cues, and I even gave it some loops, I think. Let's see if I go to the saved loops. There we are. Yeah, you can see there are some loops, and you can see there are even duplicates there, and I did that on purpose because, as with all my tools, this works basically the same as going from Serato and as going from Virtual DJ. It will filter out any duplicates and make sure that nothing happens to it. The same with the Taylor Swift track. It has one saved cue, you can see that, or saved loop, you can see it right there, and if you go to the cues, it has a couple of cues. Notice there is always one special cue inside DJ, and that is the one that lives under this white dot. I named that the load cue, and if you press it, you see it as the white with red, the yellow there cue. That is a load cue, and there is no mention of that particular cue in your cue bank. It is a separate cue you can set on demand. So for instance, I can move it a little bit forward, and let's set it here. So click set there, and you see that is independent from your other cues and the names of those cues. The reason why I mention it, you will see that in a moment. So basically this is 2 tracks and a couple of playlists they are in. And let's start the brand new DJ conversion utility, which is the beta version, as mind you. And if you have a license to the DJ conversion utility and you want to try this beta, just drop me a Facebook message or send me an email, and I can you the download link. Everybody with an official license of the DJ conversion utility can join the beta team. And mind you that if I release a beta, I usually very confident that the errors I knew about are out of it. So those are pretty stable beta versions when I release them, but I just name it beta because I want to make sure that every error is there, every bug is killed before I put it out to the big world. And this was rather a complicated one. As you can see, this is the conversion from DJ. Most of you will recognize it. Is this load cue the same as in Tractor, Mr. Groeneweg? Yeah, you will see that it is not the same as in Tractor. However, we can make it work the same. And I will get into that in a moment. But this load cue in DJ is independent from all the other queues in DJ. So you've got 8 queues in total in the queue banks, and then you've got the load queue. So basically, you've got 9 queues in total. So that is the reason why I mentioned it, and I'm going to do some tricks with it. You will see that in a moment. Again, this is basically, as you always see it in all my software, or actually in Serato and Virtual DJ, it looks the same. First of all, because we have separate queues and loop banks, which makes a total of 16 possibilities for both hot queues and loops together. That gives a problem in Rekordbox, because Rekordbox we've got 8 hot queues and 10 memory queues. So you have to think for yourself what is the most convenient way to make sure that those hot queues and loops from DJ fit inside Rekordbox. I always take number 1 as the basic, which means just set them identical, the hot and the memory queues, and just 8 hot queues in total and 10 memory queues in total in the memory bank. But I might imagine that some of you like this one, which means that all queues are stored in the hot bank and all loops will be stored in the memory bank. Again, this is personal, this is just whatever is your fancy. I use the number 1. Then there is the smart assignment of hot bank positions. Because the conflicting number of hot bank positions available compared to the total of hot queues and loops, you cannot normally maintain the hot queue positions. Some people find that important. You cannot maintain that, it's not possible. But let's start the conversion. And this is pretty straightforward. And there you can see that we've got the history main folder, and you got the test, which was just a separate playlist again in DJ. Let me show that to you again so you know what you are looking at. Here we've got, you see there, the test playlist inside the playlists, and there you've got the memory, the history. And now something funny is going on, because this DJ history, or this DJ collection, actually originated from my iPhone, because I was playing a little bit on my iPhone, and my iPhone is named ATGR. And you see right there a main folder named DJ sets played on ATGR. That is my iPhone. And if I open it by clicking the cross, you can see that on December the 19th I played a little thing on my iPhone, and that was where I set some cues and loops. This computer I'm working on is named The Beast, and you can see it has a separate list of history lists. So that gives you the possibility, the capability to very, very specifically say which history list you want to have. And the trick here is that if you use iTunes as your big collection manager, so iTunes is used in Rekordbox, in Traktor, in Serato, in DJ, then you are not interested in any other playlists, because your playlists exist in iTunes. And I just explained to you that the DJ conversion utility will draw the tracks from iTunes if it cannot find the track as defined in DJ itself. So that means that if you only take the history list, automatically those tracks will change in the playlists within iTunes. I will show that in a moment how that works. In essence, it comes down to if the file path is the same, it doesn't matter where that track lives. If the file path in iTunes is the same as in your DJ software, then the playlist will be there with the correct tracks, and the DJ metadata will be there from your DJ collection. So that is the fun part of this. Let me take just the history playlist and convert that right away. And let's have a sip of water, because you can see we can wait for that. Again, in my particular case, DJ 5.6 or Rekordbox 5.6.0 is started because that is the last version without the Rekordbox XML import bug. I will also show you what happens if you don't have that installed. But right now we are right here. This is the XML file created by the DJ conversion utility, and you see here those various sets. You see right there there are only 2 tracks in that complete collection, the 2 tracks. So if I, for instance, take the you need to calm down track, and you look right here, you find load queue, that is the extra queue, that was the little white dot right there. However, you can also see that the load queue here is still green, which is the default Rekordbox color. Now, with the DJ conversion utility comes another tool, and that tool is named the Cue and Loop Parameter tool. Let me show that right here. There we are. And I can define a new entry for that I name load queue. And I don't need to make an abbreviation of it. I can name it load queue from DJ if I want to fully replace it, but you can just name it load queue if you want to. Whatever you like, whatever is your fancy. And you can see right here that that entry is now created. Let me store those settings. Let me run the DJ conversion utility once again with the exact same settings. On the history list, please. And if we go back to the Rekordbox XML and we just take it from this part, why not? Eliminate the Taylor Swift track again, then you will see that all of a sudden the load queue will be red, and that is what 9 Iron meant, or that is what Groeneweg meant. You can make it a distinct color so you know what you are looking at. It is not converting it back to an exact load queue as in Tractor, which is the queue that Tractor automatically jumps to, but you can give it a distinctive name that automatically happens, and if colors are supported you can give it a distinctive color like this one in Rekordbox, so that makes it very easy. And you can see that is the exact position where we set it in DJ to load up. Where's my Taylor Swift track? And remember, I did change that before we moved on. So you see it right there. Audio is off there, but that is the same one as right here. So that is some little tricks you can do with it. Of course, you can use the Cue and Loop Parameter tool for much more than that. Problem is that those colors right here in DJ are not editable. Those are just fixed colors, which is the reason why I don't convert them. If they were user definable, I would convert them, of course. A lot of people don't remember that you can change the names of the queue, so you can name them test if you like, and you can name this one test 2 if you like, and etc, etc. And of course the DJ conversion utility will then use those names in the converted tracks or in the converted queues if you like to. Let's bring that up. And let's take the history list again, why not? After those holidays you always get an awful thirst because you really eat too salty and too much. So that means hard work is coming ahead for me personally after the holidays, but that should be fine. Alright, and then we take the Taylor Swift track again. And you can see, oh, hold on, I need to have it from the Rekordbox XML, because otherwise the data won't be there. And you can see the names they're changing to test, like I set them in DJ. So you can give it custom names. If you don't give it any name, then the queue will be named DJCU queue and the exact location of that queue with it. Basically the same as with all other type of conversions. Now here come some things you need to be worried about know about if you use this conversion. First of all, my tracks are, as always, on the terabyte server. If I unmount that server and I run the conversion, then logically the tracks will not be found because the server is not mounted. This particular conversion will give you a warning about that. So there is no empty playlist or record box XML created. No, it will give you a warning and it will stop. So that's a new one if you are used to different types of conversion. And that's the reason why I showed it right here. As you can see, no audio files left in selection. DJCU will quit. I did that because a lot of artists are using DJ with streaming data. And if those streaming tracks are not inside your iTunes collection, then that means the DJ conversion utility cannot locate them. And that means there is nothing to convert. So to avoid any confusion because you used streaming data, I put in this message to make sure that you understand what you are doing. As always, there is a log file created in the ATGR production team folders within the documents folder, and this is the latest one just created. And you can just, those are readable things, you can just read them. And you can see that here it tries to find audio files, and you can see right here it tries to find an audio file for Bastille, Pompeii a cappella, that is the artist, the title, and right there you see the length. So those are the parameters used to find the track within iTunes. So it gives you a very specific thing about what didn't work at all. And then of course we can just turn it on. And then it will work again. Important is that right now iTunes most likely doesn't find those tracks either. Let's find the songs. There are the songs, and no, they are all there. So that should be good to go. You notice that there was another track there within the list, and that is the Basement Jacks. Where's your head at? And I don't think it is inside my... No, it is not in the iTunes collection, so let me double check that for you. What will happen? Let's see where it's part of. I don't know. Not there, not there. Might be in one of the older non-reachable. Oh, there it is. You see right there, it is light gray. That means that DJ cannot find it either. Now here comes the trick, folks. Even if DJ doesn't know where to find it, I happen to know where this track lives. It is not in my iTunes collection, so let's first put it into my iTunes collection because it is in my a cappella list, because it's an a cappella. And then it should be somewhere there. Let's see. This is the one. Let me put it inside iTunes. And it should be right there. Let me search for it again. You see, now it finds it. And now you will see that all of a sudden, because it can be found, it will be part of the conversion, even if it's not available in DJ. It came from my iPhone, it is part of the ATGR conversion, you will see that. But it is available in iTunes, so it should be available for conversion. And that is the little trick I do here, and that's the little thought jump you need to make in order to wrap your head around this. Then I will talk about the location of the databases, because that's also a thing you need to know about. First of all, let's see in. And you can see right now that everything is converted, that there are no tracks that were missing. So if we dive into here, you can see that the Basement Jacks is right there. And if we load it up, you can see that everything is there. So that is how that works. That is how this all works. That tracks need to be part of iTunes Music in order to be found if they are not in the expected location. That is something really important. Another important thing is that in order to work, the DJ conversion utility will either find the database, and that is this highlighted one or this highlighted one in those two locations. So either it is located inside the DJ folder or it's located inside the DJ Pro 2 folder. Both are the same ones. If you look at the full name, you can see it right there. Only this has the hide extension on. And if you look at this one, this doesn't have the hide extension on. If I turn it on, they look the same. So that is where they live. If I disable those, if I hide them, if you want to, like this, you will see that the DJ conversion utility refuses to start for DJ, that is. You see, it tells you that the expected database is not there, so it will not convert. So you have to make sure that at least one of them is available. It doesn't matter which one. If you use DJ Pro 2, then it is the DJ Pro 2. If you use DJ AI, the latest one with stems in it, then it's just named DJ. Thank you, Algoriddim, for this huge confusion. It is what it is. So make sure that that exists. Another important thing, there need to be at least a history list, or there need to be at least a playlist inside DJ. Let me show you that too. So if I go to DJ and I clean this up and just delete all the playlists like that, and then we go right there in, which means right now there are no playlists and there are no history lists left. Then the DJ conversion utility will tell you about that. Even if there are a gazillion playlists in iTunes, those are not the DJ playlists. So that is why this is important. Let me see what I can do there. Right, let's go. Comes up with an empty one. It shouldn't come up with the empty one, but then I have to make sure that that thing is there. That check doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, but it should work the way it's supposed to work. So I have to dive into that. That's why this is a beta, folks. But keep in mind, there needs to be a playlist or a history playlist, or there is nothing there to be selected. So that is important as well. Then I promised to show you guys how things work if there are playlists. Let me put the playlist back in. And I always make backups, so let me find the backups there. And that's this one, so we get our playlists back in DJ. Replace it, that's fine. And then let's go to iTunes for the fun sake of it. And let's take that one away and let's make a new playlist and call this test playlist. And we put the songs which we know are in our list. So that is Miss Swift, Taylor, not even there. Oh, that might be from a different source. All right, then I want to have the basement jacks. Why not the basement jacks? And I want to put that in test. Hold on, really? Now it is in there. And then I want to put the other tracks, Pompeii, the a cappella should be there, is not there. Oh, that's weird. Notably not, but no fear, we can do that straight there. So this is important as well, folks. Apparently those tracks are not in iTunes yet, but I can just put them into iTunes if I want to. Please, come on. Why are you doing that? It is fighting me again. Always annoying. Can I get iTunes there? Yeah, I can, but I cannot. I want to be able to drag and drop. Can I drag and drop from there? Let's see. I want to have the neural mixes away, but there should be a button there telling me that I can enlarge the library, but I don't see that button right now. That's a little bit weird. Let's put that off. Oh, there we are. That's better. Sorry, folks, but this is not my everyday program as well. I know it better on iTunes. Why is that not working? That is loading, and I should be able to put it in there. That's weird. Really weird. Can I put that one in? Neither. It should have the drag and drop capabilities, but obviously it's not having that for some reason. I don't know why. So then you have to just rely on your own iTunes collection. Weird, because I really thought that I could drag and drop from here into iTunes, but obviously I cannot. Maybe that works from the other way around, but all right, why not? Let me show this then. Let me do this the official way, like that. There is the original track, and then I can of course put it in there. So I've got a test playlist there in iTunes with 2 tracks of it. And those 2 tracks are part of my DJ collection as well. Which means, if I go to Rekordbox, Tobias, I see your question. I will get into that into a moment. Hold on, buddy. Here we are, and if we go to the iTunes part and to the playlist part, let's refresh that. And let's see here. Hey, why it's not taking the playlist? I know where it's not taking the playlist, because I didn't quit. And now there it is. And there you can see that even if those tracks came from a different source, they still are in the playlist and have their cues and loops. So that's, if the file path is the same, you can have your cues and loops. All right, Tobias's question is, I got some shift when I convert from Rekordbox 5 to DJ. Depends if I turn on the cue compensation in positive or negative direction. That's entirely possible, Tobias, and that is due to the MP3 encoder shift, and it is a drag. It is a known issue with Rekordbox conversions, or actually with every conversion. It has to do with the fact that not every DJ software uses the same algorithms to decompress the audio data. So to make from an MP3, which is binary data, audible data, you need to decompress it, to encode it. And those encoders can shift all over the place. So the DJ conversion utility has some methods built in to fight those encoder compensations, as you could see right here. You saw that there were no shifts there. However, if I take off the compensation, I can show you that right here. You will see that they shift all over the place. And I noticed that in the previous version of the DJ conversion utility, there were some compensations left out. I fixed that. There is a fix inside this beta as well, if you convert from Rekordbox XML to DJ for shifting cues and loops. However, let me show that to you. Let's take it off. That is this one, compensate for MP3 cues and loops. So I took the compensation off. And then we do the same thing again. And remember that the load cue of Swift was on the second beat, was exactly on the second beat. And you will see that it will now shift in front of it. And that is what the automatic compensation does. Let me show that to you. Where am I? You need to come. There it is. And you can see right here that it now shifted in front of the beat instead of on the beat. Let me do this again with the compensation on. Again, there was a bug in the DJ conversion utility that did not compensate all MP3s. However, it is still very well possible that your particular MP3 type is not supported or is not in the compensation table. If that is the case, then I need to know which kind of encoder was found. And not every MP3 encoder uses or leaves its fingerprint. So sometimes it's just impossible to tell how that particular MP3 was created. And then if it's not possible to tell how it is created, it is impossible to compensate for it. So there are a few things you need to keep in mind, but let me show you what the easy way is. I don't need to see the log, or actually I wanted to see the log. First of all, let me show you that now it is, well, I need to be in the Rekordbox XML part, of course. There you can see that right now it will be compensated again, so you can see it's straight on the grid. And if I go to the log file, again, you go to the documents folder, you go to the HDR production team folder, you go to the, and then if you sort it on date, like mine is, you see right there, it's sorted on date modified, and you open it up, and then somewhere you will find, like right here, the encoder types that are used to convert those tracks. That encoder type can be unknown. If it says unknown, then we are basically fucked, because there is no way to tell which encoder was used. If there is a number there and that number is less than 10,000, and that is important, it must be less than 10,000. If that number is less than 10,000 and it still shifts, then I need to have that particular track, because that means that there is either an error in the compensation value or something else. If the value is above 10,000, then it is what it is. I cannot do anything else with it. If it says encoder detected but not implemented, I need that audio file, because that means that I didn't have any track with that particular encoder, and I need to develop the matrix for that, the encoder matrix. So there are quite some possibilities there, but basically any number above 10,000, you're fucked. It is what it is. Encoder type unknown, same thing there, not possible to compensate for it. If there is a number there, but the shift is wrong, I need the audio file. If there is a message there telling you, listen, encoder detected number wadiwa, but not implemented, I need that audio file. Again, Tobias, there was a known error in the DJ conversion utility. Basically, all those above 10,000 tracks were compensated wrong. And I just discovered it because I wrote this new conversion, and then I saw, oh shit, that wasn't in the original one. So it's possible that it's already fixed. So what you need to do, Tobias, is contact me over Facebook or just shoot me an email. Then I get you the download link to the beta of the DJ conversion utility. If that beta still has shifting queues from Rekordbox 5 to DJ, then you have to look in the log file what is going on and what's happening. Remember, my log files are always fairly readable. You can see sequentially here what the DJ conversion utility is doing. It finds the playlists in the selections, it's determining the unique tracks. There is no further message there unless it cannot find any tracks. Then it will start converting the tracks. It tells you how many queues and how many loops it found. It will generate playlists, and then it will fire up Rekordbox, and if it can detect Rekordbox 5.6.0, it will start 5.6.0. Let me show you what happens if you don't have that version, because then I've got basically everything covered. I can tell you about this. Let's see, where am I? This is my Rekordbox 5.6.0, and if I rename it Rekordbox A, like that, then the DJ conversion utility cannot find it, it doesn't know about it. It will say, hey, listen buddy, you only have Rekordbox 6 or Rekordbox 5.8 point something. That is no good. And why is it not giving my, that's weird. Most likely because it needed to find a reboot. Let me cancel this one out. And see if I can force it, and otherwise take my word for it. If it cannot find Rekordbox 5.6.0, there it is, correctly named. But sometimes this needs a computer reboot for the finder to notice that, hey, that file changed its file name. So that might be the case right here. Should be fine. Strange. No, it's not picking it up. All right, let me rename it back because otherwise I am fucked and I don't want that. All right. But it has the famous Rekordbox XML import bug built in if Rekordbox 5.6.0 cannot be detected. I can, of course. Oh, hold on. What's this? 5.8.5. And if I put this, just because I can and just because you guys are watching, why not? I like to know what's going on there. No. All right. Then let's restore that. Not sure what's going on, but it doesn't look right. Okay, if there are any other questions you guys have, I'm right here, so shoot them into the chat and I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I will close this stream because basically the idea of this stream was I needed a tutorial, a quick, or not a quick tutorial, but I need some explanation how this conversion from DJ works. Of course, if the beta test period is closed, there will be an official tutorial in the YouTube channel with everything in it and how you can do it from iOS, for instance, and how you can get the database from an iOS device back on your macOS device. So then there will be stuff like that. Until then, the DJ utility or the DJ conversion utility beta period with DJ conversion as source is right now open. So let me know if you want to join the beta team. Again, you need to have a license for the DJ conversion utility, and then you are free to join the beta team. I'm happy to give you the download link. For now, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, then please don't forget to put a like and a subscribe under the video or put a comment on it. Just let me know that you appreciate my work. For now, thank you for watching. Mixmaster G, signing off.